ignorant fuck. Why are you yelling so much, first of all?
I'm not yelling at all.
That's like he talks. He hits with the camera.
Stick my head in the sand.
These two gentlemen do not believe that race is an issue at all in the United States of America. They don't believe that there's anything as such as white guilt.
No.
Oh, well then go ahead and explain.
We're talking about when in regards to the
involved in
initial
was
comings
there with
and going, the initial greetings between people. Nobody is ignoring you simply because you are white and saying hi to him because he is going about it a different way than you are.
I'm not saying that. What
You
I'm
just did
telling
say that.
I just said that.
I said that people accept Joe's greeting with fear out of white guilt.
White guilt.
That's a lie.
Okay, then do me a favor. Tell me about white guilt, Joe.
Huh?
Tell me about white guilt.
Is
No,
it-
stop talking. Joe's has the floor. Go ahead, Joe.
No, why are you putting me on camera, dude?
Because you're telling me that that's not what it is.
No, because I'm saying,
Special forces.
is there such thing as white guilt? Dude, my best
Yes.
friends are white.
Okay, so
I've never heard of
the
that.
point is, everybody is told that.
Why you got me on camera?
I told you I was going to take the camera out every time there was a dispute, right? Why are you hiding is the better question.
ready.
Everybody on my channel already knows what you look like, Joe.
I'm ready.
Yeah,
That's true.
yeah.
All right.
Anyway, the point is, everybody is being bent over backwards because white people have been so bad to brown people. It doesn't even matter the color anymore, right? If you're brown, if as long as you're not white, right? So predominantly white women deal with a lot of the white guilt, right? So they go way out of their way to be friendly to black people that are being friendly to them.
First of all,
can I ask you a question?
Hello, on the channel, I am a skater and I surf and I'm a snowboarder. I'm not your typical black dude.
I don't know what that means. And now why are you whitewashing yourself? I'm not the typical
whitewashing. No, I'm sure. I'm telling
You're
you.
whitewashing yourself.
Man, you got me on camera. I feel like I'm in an interview.
Okay, but the point is, what, Travis?
Hey!
Could it be that there's a possibility that, well, we all could. Do you believe that we all have auras or that we put off a certain energy?
Without a doubt. Without a doubt.
Okay. Do you
Yes.
think that there's a possibility that yours is intimidating and even so much so that it causes people to turn away and shut down somewhat?
I believe that my aura is different than what
Sir?
people.
Yes.
Anyway, I believe that my aura is different than other people's.
Yeah.
I believe that it affects people and they don't know how to perceive me.
Right.
So I believe that everybody is living currently in a perpetual state of fear. And they would.
Why don't we record you? Why are you recording everybody else? Why don't we record you?
Because the vast majority of people can't hold a camera steady. Do you
I
think
will.
you're good?
Got
What
it.
am I in frame?
you recording?
Are you looking at it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So whether or not that people are okay, so yes, your energy is different and more intense probably than a lot of
This
people's.
is speculation.
Yeah, potentially, but it's a fact that you are quicker to blow up for lack of response than anybody else out there on the streets.
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
Okay.
I haven't met everybody else out there on
Well,
the
I mean,
streets. I'm sure you have, and I will take your expertise.
I'm just gonna go with the fact I've never seen somebody react to a non-answer
So,
in the way
so
you have before.
what we can do is say that I'm a rather mercurial individual.
Mercury.
What's that word mean? What's that, Mercury?
I don't know.
Okay.
Word Mercury?
Where is my phone?
Right in my hand.
No, that's my other phone.
Oh, we have
You got
that
two
one?
phones?
I don't know where that. Yeah, he does have two phones.
You got two phones?
That's
My caregiver carries a phone.
Yeah.
What, are you holding the camera at me, or are you putting it on the floor? If you can't hold the camera, I can.
Bro, you can
I'm just looking for my phone at this point.
Put it in a holder.
Yeah, whatever.
Anyway, Joe got on camera for the first time to really sit down and talk and to let everybody know that he's not a typical black guy. He's cool with the white people.
I'm cool with everybody.
All I'm getting at is he whitewashed himself, and I don't think that was necessary. He didn't need to come out with any of these caveats in which he did.
But do
and
you
it is what it
realize
is.
that you, the same person who says "fuck this," they're trying to divide us. They're trying to run this narrative
Say it
on
again,
the
bro.
very person
Say it again, bro.
who
Say it again.
constantly
Thank you.
strengthens that narrative
Thank
by
you.
constantly
Thank
bringing
you.
up race
That's
in every
my point.
situation.
I would like to
That's my point.
slow you down and B,
That's my point.
Can I,
Okay,
may
go
I
ahead,
have the
go
floor,
ahead.
gentlemen?
Sure.
Yes, sir.
Okay, the point of the matter is there is racial tension. You do have to discuss it.
You can't just ignore it and think it'll go away. You point the camera at him because
Okay.
he's a fool.
No,
No.
there's not just racial.
Point the camera at him.
If we're walking around the Sparks, there should be no racial tension.
No.
If we're just walking by. I don't believe that.
Fuck
And,
no.
and some people may, but I would say that they're way off if they feel that way.
Yes.
It's 2025. You know what I mean? We should be able to go
Holy
up to anybody.
wow, dude.
Color shouldn't be,
It's
and
not.
it is in some
I
places.
agree
and
with you. It
sometimes.
shouldn't.
Right.
But I think that you bring way too much attention to that way
That
too
part.
often. You're giving it strength. You're creating those divisions that you say are such bullshit that the government's trying to push.
I
Fuck
think
yeah.
you misconceived
I think
what
you
I'm
just
trying to do.
shut
I
it
think
down.
you're aiming the camera at the ceiling. I think
No, I'm looking right at him.
Okay, but the point of the matter is you're filming a guy that's not talking. You're awesome. Can I have the camera back and I'll do a better job at that?
Yeah, if you want
Yeah,
to.
yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Anyway, no, I think racism exists in a big way, and I
Sure.
think
Okay.
I think the only people that you can legally discriminate against are white people, and I think I think that the out of the group of white people, the one that takes the brunt of it are the white men.
Okay.
I'm 50. I'm okay with that. I can fight my battles. But here's the thing. I got white sons, right? And when they can't get jobs or get into universities or buy homes because they're white males and other privileged classes have priority over them, right?
Well, if DEI and that kind of shit's not going on, then that's not
No,
necessarily
it's not.
true.
No, but that's because we're working to defeat the racism that's taking hold in America.
Or that,
Yeah, but-
that the government's transformed from
Correct.
the original kind
Correct.
into a new kind.
It's a division. That's
Right.
all they're trying to drive.
But the best thing we could possibly do is just fucking kick back and get
And
along
fucking-
and not acknowledge
yeah,
that shit.
that
best thing
part
that we
on a
can do,
regular
the best
basis.
thing that we can do is address it
That part.
because they've already launched these fear campaigns, these divisions,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, but-
You have to address it. You have to lift the veil, understand what it is.
But it's being addressed on the internet and in songs and
Everywhere,
everywhere all the
dude.
time.
It's
We shouldn't
everywhere.
have to do it in our daily lives. when
You
we're
know
hanging out with our
what?
friends.
You know where I do it?
Huh.
I do it at the marina where I go every single day.
Okay.
And when I see the same people every single day,
Yeah.
I shock them out of, being this, secluded human in a social setting. And then the next time I see them, they're very friendly to me. Right?
Fear. Out of fear that you talk about.
Yeah.
Maybe. Hey, you know what? If I act like an asshole to this guy, he's going to point it out
This
to the
guy's
world.
crazy.
Because that's all I do.
Meanwhile, hey, check this out.
I-
When I walk with him, just happy. I just spread love and happiness. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Well, okay, I don't understand why you who believes that you should be, like, don't tread on me, don't, you know what I mean, quit trying to indoctrinate me or push me on your narratives and on your beliefs and your ways.
But he's pushing
But
his
why
on-
do you push yours on other
on us.
people so strongly?
Yes.
I'm pushing civility.
No, but not everybody wants your type of civility, though.
All you got to do is acknowledge that I'm a human, right?
Right.
And then I just pass on by.
Well, maybe
if you're not
sometimes-
willing to acknowledge my presence in your space, if you're not willing to engage as a human, then you know what?
Wait,
I'm going to
wait.
call you on it.
How do you know that that person didn't just lose a family member, have a horrible fucking day, and they're going through it, and they're just in their own head, and they actually don't hear you, maybe, or maybe they do, but they're just too broken at that moment to want to talk to you.
Yeah, I take that chance. And you know
Okay,
what?
well-
You're using the same
Hey,
bullshit.
listen.
You're using the same bullshit logic that the mental health professions
That's
use.
reality,
Hey,
bro.
do you want the floor? Please talk. Tell me what you wanted to say.
Hello, how are you doing? My name is Joseph, and I like pigeons.
Thank you. So when you don't have anything constructive to add to the conversation,
He
don't
just-
sit there
He just said some
chewing
dope.
like a fucking
He just
pigeon.
said some dope shit.
I don't know what dope shit you said. Will you please repeat the dope shit so I can get my train of thought back, or you just want me to stay off the tracks, motherfucker?
No, you can just rewind it and see what he said.
The
What we
potential
said
that there's
was
some extenuating factors in that person's
Okay,
life.
so
that,
in the mental health industry, what they like to say is if it could just save one life
Right,
out of
right.
the abundance of caution. So
Right.
what they're saying is, hey, we are going to restrict and limit everybody because there's a potential that one person could be saved.
Right.
Well, here's the deal, dude. I'm going to walk around and shock humanity into being human again just by saying hello to them. How are you today? And when they ignore me, all I do is I say, I know you heard me.
What if they've already seen you act that way to other people and seen you around and they know who you are and they don't want to talk to you?
So let's play this game. What if what if?
I'm just saying,
what
maybe
if?
they're acting that way
So
for a
here's the deal. I don't care.
Okay.
I don't care. So if I'm a human and I look at another human and they look at me and I say hello and they pretend that I'm a dried piece of dog turd on the sidewalk, I'm going to say
No,
something.
maybe they just pretend
no.
that. No, maybe
Yeah.
they just think that you're an overbearing, somewhat aggressive fella
Yes.
that they just don't want to talk to.
Energy,
And my question to you, my
energy.
question to
'Cause
you.
when we're walking with the dogs,
Yeah.
a lot of times he doesn't understand that he's very intense.
Yeah.
He's very intense.
Right.
His energy. Some people, when they meet him, like when they meet me, they see me like as purples and fucking reds and shit.
Whatever.
He's a fucking yeah. He's intense, bro. And they see that.
I walk around with a
They
ca-
sit,
I walk
bro, I
around
walk
with a
with you,
calm
bro.
dog and a smile on my
No,
face.
when you say, "Excuse me, can my dog meet your dog?"
No,
and they
I say-
no,
I
you
say-
fucking
Push it.
No, not at all. I say, do you allow your dog to be social? And if they say no,
Then
Like a
you
piece of
lose.
shit.
no.
Yeah,
Sometimes I think.
No,
Yeah.
no, listen. You're actually really frustrating me, right?
what?
Because he says a question and you're answering in the affirmative, and that's never
I'm
happened.
agreeing with what he's saying.
He asked a question and you agreed with the fucking question. Stop talking.
I've heard you say to me at least. You say, all right. Well, clearly you want to be a piece of shit, but that doesn't mean you have to make your dog a piece of shit as well.
No,
That sort of
no.
thing.
What I say to them is, "Oh, is your dog mean?"
Okay.
And then if they say no, I say it just must be you then.
Yeah.
That part.
Yeah, that's better than.
Yeah, I guess.
That's better than that.
Yeah.
Hey, what am I, some sort of dried piece of fucking?
I don't
shit?
say that. I was talking to you, and I said
know.
when they treat me like that, I make a comment like,
Oh, yeah.
"Oh, I know you heard me," or when I literally wave at somebody and they, can't see me waving at them, then I turn around to Joe and say, "Hey, Joe, don't even say hi to that guy. He's being a dick." And then Joe walks by because he couldn't hear me and he couldn't see me, but somehow he heard me tell Joe that he's being a dick. And then Joe goes, "Are you being a dick?" And the guy goes, "I'm not being a dick."
No, for that serious. He's talking about a specific.
Yeah, no, I believe it. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, you're definitely bring people to the table. That's
Yeah,
for sure.
that's all it is.
Yeah.
Accountability.
But
I waved at him, I said hello to him, and then I told the man 20 feet behind me, don't even bother saying hi to this guy, he's being a dick. And he heard all that.
But his aura, the way he walks, like when he's walking with his dog and
Yeah,
shit,
yeah.
the way he carries himself, and like
Dude,
me, myself,
hey,
I'm
can I
like-
tell you something? The way I walk with my dog is I let my dog stop and sniff anything he
know.
wants. So I'm not walking like Mean Joe Green down the fucking
you're not.
sidewalk.
But at the same
I'm
time,
walking like
you
motherfucking Mr. Rogers.
You tell me when you're getting ready that you want to look like you're not going to take no fucking shit from
Yeah,
nobody.
you
So
did.
you.
I
go
said
out-
that when I went to fucking court. Now, if you misrepresent me on this,
You say you like to dress in a way like you're like I'm gonna do the boots and start. doing
how the
boots this
fuck
way.
do I dress? Dude, I dress so fucking casual and laid
Yes,
back
that is
every
casual.
fucking day unless I'm going to court.
Sometimes you
Unless
do
I'm
boot,
going to
you
court.
do- okay, well, whatever. You said I want to look like, and it wasn't just the court day. You say this on many occasions that you want to look like, that you're, relaxed yet not going to take no fucking shit from nobody, and that's okay.
I told you
I mean-
that when I was going to court. But nonetheless, I do put thought into my wardrobe, right? And I don't own anything that it looks tough other than perhaps a nice leather jacket that is not seasonal to wear right now. I wear flip-flops every fucking day and my feet can prove it. So no, dude, I'm not walking around like I'm fucking some tough badass.
No, but you have been wearing boots until recently. I thought. All
What?
the time. I thought you were wearing Chucks and boots. You just started switching.
You've
over
seen
to-
me in Chucks maybe 3 times, right?
Ever?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
The red
I
ones
have
right
a
off-
I have a pair of leather boots that I wore
Wait
most
a minute. Wait. Real quickly. First of all, I don't think it's fair that you talk to me about memory when part of you isn't even here right now.
Hey, this AJ. Is this AJ?
We all wear the same fucking clothes, don't we? And
Is
you,
this AJ?
you never know who you're dealing with,
This
do
is
you?
AJ. This is AJ.
No.
Right?
No,
No.
it doesn't matter. Well, I'm just saying,
It's
there's another
Yeah,
individual.
it's another fucking,
often
somebody
involved
check
in
it.
some
You guys are trying to use my condition to
No.
justify your stance, and that's not how it works.
I'm just thinking if it's accurate what you say about what you go through,
Yeah.
then there's
We
going to
need
be a
to
lot of
talk-
stuff that you
yeah.
don't exactly remember correctly.
Yeah.
Potentially.
It depends upon the degree of trauma that I'm dealing with,
Or
right?
how aggravated, how outside forces.
dude,
Yeah.
I will flip immediately, and that's why I have. That's why I have someone with me. But go. I accidentally cut a guy off today. I didn't know I did it, right? Now you tell the story.
What happened?
I cut a car off and a white Honda Accord got pretty upset
Oh
with me.
yeah.
Go ahead and tell the story, Joe.
Different
No,
person
that
got
was
upset?
no. I didn't
Third
see
person?
anything wrong with it. That was just a mistake.
Nonetheless, I guess I cut this man off. I didn't know as he came flying up beside me, flying his middle finger, screaming and going nuts. So I decided to come to a stop right in the middle of the fucking road
Yeah.
and ask him what his issue was. So he stopped beside me and started screaming and going fucking nuts. And I was like, hey, I can't hear you. And then we drove up to the stoplight and we stopped. And then the guy continued to scream, and Joe got out of the car and ran over to the car door.
Oh yeah,
And-
I forgot about that part.
And the guy
Almost-
gets
that's
out of
when
the
I lost
car
my
going,
night.
hey,
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with you. I got a problem
Yeah,
with
with
that
him.
guy.
Yeah.
Okay, that is one situation where color may have had something to do with the outcome. The guy
Yeah.
might have been more scared of him than he might have been willing
no,
to
I
be of
did.
you.
No, I forgot about that. I totally forgot that happened to me.
Because white
He's going
guys
to the
are-
dog
Oh,
park.
you know what? So Joe almost got into
And
a fight
yeah.
at a fucking intersection
Jeez,
and
Joe.
doesn't remember
Yes, I did.
it. So let's bring my memory into
Because
question.
he,
Joe's
he
just
got me
as
in
credible.
some shit.
I bet.
I got him in some
Hey,
shit.
me too.
I got him into some shit. Hear me out. Hear me out. I got him into some shit by a guy coming up and screaming at me, and then when we go to the stoplight, he's still screaming, and Joe gets out of the car. Now I'm looking at the guy screaming at me. I have no idea what Joe is doing, and then all of a sudden, there's this guy getting out of his car because Joe is crossing the street. Right? So Joe is physically engaging this man.
Yes, I is.
Yeah.
Yes, I is. Yes, I is.
And for some reason, you guys believe me to be the problematic individual.
Oh no! Hey, but check it out. I walk up to the car, and the dude's like, "Nah, he didn't want no problems." I'm like, "Yo, you was talking all tough.
So what he wanted
you
to
was
do
talking
was
you was talking all tough at the light
Yeah.
he wanted
because
to
he
run.
saw him.
He wanted to
Oh,
run his
black dude
mouth.
jumped out with a yeah. Let's do this.
No.
Yeah,
Oh, I don't want no
yeah,
problem.
he don't want no problems now.
Hurry up and bite.
Yeah. You don't want no problems now. The hell? And I told him, and it's not like I did this shit like crazy. No, I told him I was about to do it before I did it.
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah.
Anyway,
To the light.
it went down the way it went down, and that guy was checked. Joe punched his man card, right? So the point in case why I might do that at the marina, hey, I know you heard me.
Yeah.
I'm not jumping out and punching man cards.
But that's a difference. That's a different environment.
Okay, and then on top of that, we go to the marina today to socialize the kitten and the dog, right? Joe is sipping his whiskey out of his little water bottle and steadily getting more and more drunk to the point that now Joe
Snitching.
cannot walk,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
So I have to go.
Snitching.
How is that
I
snitching?
saw a little bit of that on the
So
video.
I had to walk
Did you?
back to get the fucking car, and I didn't want Joe to get arrested, so I asked this nice young white lady, hey, will you please keep an eye on my friend until I come back with the car?
Yeah.
And then Joe goes in the bathroom and has sex with her.
Hey, you know, shit happened right.
Had sex.
think,
Sorry. No, I'm sorry.
So yeah, Joe.
Maybe the ladies fought more than Joe.
No, it is.
I had
It is.
sex.
As I said, Joe couldn't consent to that legally, right?
I went to
Yeah,
the bathroom when
yeah.
I got back. I went to pee and it shot sideways. I was like, "Wow,
Yeah.
sideways." It's sex.
Yeah. You had the pee.
Yeah,
movie.
so-
I had the-
Man.
And by the way, how did that go down?
Thank
She
you.
sees this very drunk man, and she's like, "Hey, would you like to go to the bathroom?"
I am beautiful.
Ooh, his friend left him with me. I'm in control.
The
whole thing's fucking weird.
I was ready.
Dude, nothing like that has ever happened to me in my life, and I don't think it ever
Man, that's like
I-
that
I-
shit happens when I was on. They always look at me like I'm like a little
Especially
baby.
not a big girl.
They're like, "Oh no, she was gorgeous."
Oh, okay.
Yes.
How gorgeous.
She was well below my standard. And then on top of that, dude, she was painted. She was shellacked. So
How many
what
pounds though?
I would put her at about $190.
How tall?
5'4".
He's lying. I don't give a fuck. That was fun.
He's got.
I'm
He's lying.
he's lying. I don't care. So the point